Okay, so this is the Oral B IO Series 9 in white alabaster. This is from Braun, and it is the new flagship electric toothbrush, I think it's fair to say, from the Oral B range. It has all possible bells and whistles you could imagine. 3D teeth tracking, AI brushing recognition, smart pressure sensor, interactive color display, which I'm really quite interested to see, 2-minute timer, magnetic charger as well. And just have a look on the back, highlight some of those features. So yeah, artificial intelligence with 3D teeth tracking. My current toothbrush doesn't do that, so I'm interested to see exactly what that involves. Smart pressure sensors, so you can see at a glance how well you're brushing your teeth if you're doing any damage to those gums. And interactive color display, which again, I'm quite excited about seeing that. I think that sounds really cool. I'm a bit of a geek at heart, and that appeals to me. And then a magnetic charger. So I do have a few Oral B toothbrushes at the moment, one of which is their previous flagship. So I'm really excited to see how this one stacks up. I know boxes are boxes, but just off the bat, it does feel like a flagship quality product. You know, a lot of care's gone into that. It looks nice, it feels nice, and I think it sets expectations accordingly. So let's get this box cracked open, see what's inside. Nice little leaflet there. A quick start guide. You set a language on your toothbrush. Interesting. So Spanish, English, and German there in the example. I wonder how many different languages they have on there. Obviously, different brush heads available depending on your needs. Download an app from the Play Store or the Apple App Store. Enable Bluetooth, pair it with your phone, and then choose your desired mode. And here is the toothbrush itself. Very nice, quite understated design. Interesting again, so because of the magnetic base, it doesn't have the usual slot that would fit into the standard Oral B charger. Interesting. Oh yes, look at that. That's crazy. Okay, so I'm just going to guess my way through this, having not read the manual. Okay, English, German, simplified Chinese, French, Italian, Spanish, Japanese, Polish, traditional Chinese, Russian, Korean, Arabic, and back to English. That's an exceptional list of languages. And I'm going to choose English. White. I'm not sure what this is. Oh, right, it's the ambient color. Turquoise, pink, yellow, orange. I'll leave it on white for now. That's quite cool. Excellent. Right, well, I will unbox this, try and learn what I'm doing before I just keep hitting buttons, and we'll find out a bit more about this. Okay, so let's have a look at the rest of this unboxing experience. Getting a little bit sidetracked by looking at the gadgets. It's just how I roll. Underneath there, you have the charger by the looks of it. A couple of different options. You also have this travel case, which I'm quite interested to see. I think the travel case enables you to charge the toothbrush while it's in the case, which sounds like quite a cool little feature. Again, everything here just feels nice, just feels like it's a quality item. Again, I know people maybe don't put a lot of weight behind unboxing experiences, but it shows you the manufacturer's taking care. And inside that charging case, yeah, nice and simple. So I'm interested, I don't see, is that the charging port? Okay, so yeah, so that's the charging port for the toothbrush, so you can keep it in its case as you're, say, on the go, if you're going to a hotel, etc., and just charge it straight from there without having to lug a dock around with you, and the case keeping it nice and secure. In that, you've got a brush holder. You have a brush head. I think that's probably the one thing I should probably point out at this point. That's the one thing, right? Everything up to now, everything on this box, everything on the feature list has, sounds impressive and amazing, really, to be honest. There's the charger, there's the magnetic charger. The one thing I should probably say, one brush head, really. This is a premium flagship product. You're paying a fair price for it. Maybe throw in an extra couple of brush heads. I think I would expect at least 3 or 4 of these fellas to be in the box. But still, here we are. So there's the travel charger to plug into your case when you're on the go. And I can't do this one hand, so bear with me 2 moments. So underneath that piece of cardboard, you have an instruction manual, which, much like the toothbrush, comes in a very wide array of languages that'll get you started. And again, a little flyer just advertising the different brush heads available. But again, as I say, unknowingly they didn't put one each in the box, just the one, and how to get your warranty. Okay, fantastic. So that's the unboxing. Let's give this thing a whirl, see how it does. Okay, so the brush out of the box, you can see a nice overall footprint. Compared to one of the previous flagship brushes, which I happen to own, the Genuis X, which is also was quite a pricey, well thought of brush when it was first released. You can see the IO9 is a bit of a smaller footprint, a little bit lighter all around, probably not quite as chunky. The main difference again here, on the old model, you had a bit of a few lights, I suppose, that you could turn on and off. You had a few different modes. You had 5 different modes there. With the IO9, again, one of the main differences here is as you pick it up, greets you with this nice little interactive display. You can choose an option from the menu, daily clean, sensitive for people that are suffering maybe sensitivity issues, whitening for polishing, gum care for the massage of the gums, intense clean for really high speed intense cleaning of your teeth, and super sensitive. So if you've got maybe a tooth issue, maybe you've got an area of your mouth with a cut or needs a little bit of extra gentle care, then that's that setting. And then tongue clean for cleaning that tongue every once in a while. Beyond that option, you then have settings. If I go into the settings, you can turn the Bluetooth on and off. So I can disable that if I so wanted to, if I didn't want to use the app. You can change the color of that light ring. So if I go into there, white, blue, turquoise, pink, yellow, orange, and back to white again. So I'll just leave it on white for now. You can change the language. Again, remember at the start there I selected English. It can factory reset just to change it back as if it was just coming out of the box. And then finally return back to the menu. Okay, so one of the real differences between these two brushes, right? So you can see here it's a standard Oral B electric brush head. The IO has a new brush head. So it's probably worth pointing that out. So if you have existing packs, they will not work with the IO. You will have to get IO specific brush heads. I don't know if the focus will pick that up. And there we go. It actually says Oral B IO on the brush head. That's one thing to note. It's also, like, listen to this. I don't know if the video will capture the difference here between the two, but this is really a very loud mechanical sounding brush. It does, you notice that it has its own light ring. It will have some pressure sensitivity, so I'll just push my thumb against this to simulate pushing against teeth. It will go red whenever the pressure is too high. And that's quite a nice indicator for make sure you're not damaging those gums. On this, a nice touch with the IO, much quieter brush sound. Much quieter, much nicer to deal with. See the little timer counting down your brushing? That light indicator, one thing I do really like about the IO is it goes green whenever you're in the nice right amount of pressure zone before then going red to let you know if you're pushing too hard on that. So white is the ambient color, green whenever you're doing it just right, and then going to red. And again, that counter will count down your recommended 2 minutes. If I stop this early, you can see it will express its dissatisfaction with a little sad face, just to let you know that you've really disappointed that toothbrush. So yeah, it's quite a nice little thing to have on the brush. And again, I know a lot of people probably aren't massively keen on the idea of using the app, etc. But really, it's about establishing habits, and I think it's the same thing with the smiley face and the feedback you get on that brush. It's just really about ingraining that in. And then after your brushing session, comes up, lets you know just how much charge. So yeah, this you know, it's quite a step up. I think it's fair to say it really is quite a step up from the old Genuis X. Okay, and finally, I'd just like to show you the app. So this is the Oral B app. It comes with your daily coach, a little bit of dental care journeys that you can set. You know, if you want to do any specific thing, you can choose orthodontic care, gum care, whitening, etc. And again, you know, you can set reminders to replace brush heads. It's all pretty good actually. Over time, you can go back, have a look at your history, have a look at how well you've covered all the bits of your mouth. And again, you've got challenges there, so you can sort of have a bit of gamification there. It gives you little rewards for picking bits up. So I'm gonna start this now. I'll start the brush running. It'll bring up a notice. Now the IO is quite unique. It's got this artificial intelligence sensing of where it is in your mouth, and actually it's actually very eerily accurate. I'm not quite sure how on earth they've managed that, but it does seem to actually work. So I'm going to start it off now. You'll see the icon will come up showing the shape of your mouth, showing all the different teeth, and as the brush is in any particular quadrant of your mouth, that over time will increase just to show you that coverage. And a couple of times I'll increase the pressure to the point where it'll give me a warning, just to show you really what I'm talking about. Okay, so here we go. So there we go. So as you can see there, the little areas get brighter and brighter the more time you spend on it. So you can see that I haven't done the bottom left corner of my mouth. So it's a nice little reminder, make sure you don't forget anything in there. It's pretty cool actually. It's pretty cool. I can see it's probably not something in all reality that all of us will do every single day. But as I say, it's about establishing that schedule, establishing that just normal way of working. At the end there, it gives you a little bit of a session score. Again, it's not massively pleased with how well I did there, because I only brushed for 30 seconds. Had a bit of overpressure there. I was trying to demonstrate the feature. And it'll show you there how much of the coverage on your mouth. It's pretty cool actually. So yeah, so you can add on tongue cleaning, add on rinsing with mouthwash, etc. All in all, as I say, this is probably the flagship toothbrush from a very well thought of company, and I think, you know, I'm certainly very impressed with it. I think it is worth the money. It's a lot of money, but I think it is worth the money. Myself, I've got quite extensive dental work going on at the minute. I'm wearing braces. This is money well spent for me, and I think this is a good brush. Right guys, so this has been my review of the Oral B IO9. I hope that's been useful for you. If you're viewing this on Amazon, then by all means do hit that helpful button underneath the review if you do have found it useful rather. If you're viewing this on YouTube, then by all means drop me a comment, let me know what you like, what you don't like, what you'd like to see more of, less of, etc. And I'll try and take that into account in my next reviews. I'll put a link on YouTube for where to buy this on Amazon. Just to be full disclosure, this has been provided complimentary as part of the Amazon Vine Voices program, which sends out early review items and items that don't have many reviews in order to gather honest feedback on those items to help people decide what's worth purchasing on Amazon. So yeah, just they do not require you to leave positive reviews. They just want honest reviews. So I've tried to do that here. I honestly do really like this toothbrush a lot, and it appeals to me on many levels. I'm a bit of a gadget freak, and as I say, I'm going through quite a lot of dental work at the minute, so I do need a top of the line toothbrush, and I do think this very much fits that bill. So yeah, thanks guys. See you soon.